and then this neuron is also getting excited, and this neuron is again sending the message to the next one. This way the nerve impulse is generated, and your body is working like that. So इसमें जो चीजें समझने वाली हैं वो ये साइनैप्स है, ये जो स्पेस है प्री साइनेप्टिक नर्व की, यहाँ पर जो है वो जो इम्पल्स क्रिएट होती है और उस इम्पल्स को जो नेक्स्ट न्यूरॉन है वो एक्सेप्ट करता है. This is again the same thing which is highlighted over here, that you have these kind of vesicles which will be releasing the neurotransmitter, and the next neuron will be accepting that chemical signal or electrical signal, and this way the message is forwarded to the next neuron. Now, what we have to see is that amino acids working as neurotransmitters are also released by the exocytosis, and they are dependent on calcium ions. If you have enough amount of the calcium ions, then this nerve impulse can be very quickly generated. But the thing which is also important, that you have to know that amino acids are working as inhibitory amino acids and also as excitatory amino acids, because when we want the nerve impulse to stop creating the excitement, you need different type of neurotransmitters which will be stopping the excitement of the next neuron. So in this case we have different types of neurotransmitters which are known as inhibitory amino acids or the excitatory amino acids. जो excitatory amino acids हैं, they are glutamate, aspartate, cysteine, homocysteine, and these neurotransmitter systems will activate the post-synaptic cell. So it means that the excitatory amino acids are the things which are actually conveying the message to the next neuron to get excited, and the nerve impulse will be generated. But in the other case, when we are talking about inhibitory amino acids, for example, GABA, glycine, alanine, tryptophan, and taurine, these are the amino acids which are depressing the activity of post-synaptic cell. So it means that when they are excited and they are released into the presynaptic space, they will stop the excitement of the next neuron, and this way the synaptic nerve impulse will be stopped. Okay. GABA. What is GABA? This is gamma aminobutyric acid. This is a chief inhibitory neurotransmitter in mammalian central nervous system. Its principal role is to reduce neuronal excitability throughout the nervous system. And why we need it? Is there anyone who can tell me about the neuronal excitability and why we want to reduce it as well in the human body? Any guesses?
Ma'am, after the action potential or the particular response is completed, we have to obviously inhibit the response that is generated by stimulatory neurotransmitters.
Yes, and secondly, also it is important to maintain the a balance between the nervous system, because sometimes it happens like जितने भी हमारे mental disorders हैं और diseases हैं जो mental health से related हैं, they are due to the extreme excitability of the nervous system, और उसमें फिर brain जो है वो rest पे नहीं आ सकता, जिसकी वजह से बहुत सारी different जो sicknesses हैं brain की वो start हो जाती हैं. So in that cases the human body or the nervous system needs to be in a balance between the excitability and also it needs to be in a rest as well. So for that reason this inhibitory neurotransmitter is given to the nervous system, and this is mainly derived from the amino acid. In humans, GABA is also directly responsible for the regulation of muscle tone. In developmental stages of the brain preceding the formation of synaptic contacts, GABA is synthesized by the neurons and act both as autocrine as well as paracrine signaling mediator. So this GABA is actually also responsible for maintaining the muscle tone, because the muscle function is also related with the nervous system. And also when you need to contract them or you need to relax them, you need the neuron excitability, and also you need to inhibit that cycle by the inhibitory neurotransmitters. Then we have another very important inhibitory neurotransmitter. You might have all known about that. That is serotonin, and this is which means that it does not stimulate the brain. Body converts tryptophan, जो हमारा amino acid है, to serotonin through the series of actions. And we are not going to discuss the whole that series of action, because that is a more complicated process. And but what we know is that the serotonin is being produced or by the conversion of tryptophan to the serotonin. And if you do not have enough amount of the tryptophan, serotonin will not be produced, and that will also alter the brain function. क्योंकि brain के function के लिए serotonin की बहुत ज़्यादा importance है. Adequate amounts of serotonin are necessary for the stable mood and to balance any excessive excitatory neurotransmitter firing in the brain. This can happen because, as we have been discussing a lot about the lifestyle and modern changes in our diet, and also into the preferences of the way we are living our lives. So all these things are contributing towards altered brain functions. There are people who complain that we cannot sleep at night, and we have restless nature, and we have very extreme mood swings. आप लोगों को याद होगा, इवन आप लोगों का ही मैं जो मॉर्निंग और इवनिंग के बच्चे हैं, आप लोगों का मैं जब इंट्रोडक्शन ले रही थी, तो many of you told me that you have the problem in controlling your moods and controlling your anger. It's not actually 100% related with your serotonin levels, but most of often it is being like that we have altered dietary patterns and altered lifestyle, and that all leads to different types of mood swings, because we do not have enough complete cycle of the sleep, and that will relate to the excessive firing of the neurotransmitters, which are excitatory neurotransmitters, and they will keep your brain active for longer time. And if you do not have serotonin levels optimized over there, तो वो आपके brain को जो है वो ज़्यादा देर तक excite रखते हैं. If one uses stimulant medications or caffeine regularly, this is you can see that in the next sentence, it is explaining what I am telling you. It can cause a depletion of serotonin over time. So caffeine अगर आप regularly ज़्यादा amount में ले रहे हैं या कुछ ऐसे medications ले रहे हैं, तो उनके result में भी serotonin के levels जो हैं वो drop हो जाते हैं. Serotonin also regulates other processes such as carbohydrate cravings, sleep cycle, pain control, and appropriate digestion. And these all things are correlated with each other. As you said, that we need to somehow down-regulate the excitement of the neurons. But if you are having a lifestyle where you are depleting your serotonin levels, and then this serotonin is also controlling your carbohydrate cravings. So in that case, what will happen that the serotonin levels are down and the carbohydrate cravings are higher, and you are eating more carbohydrates and more cola drinks and things like that, and they are again depleting your serotonin levels, and they will end up on changing or disturbing your sleep cycle, your pain control. And for the pain control, you will be compelled to take the painkillers and things like that. That will also correlate with the inappropriate digestion as well. So you can see that how the things can correlate with each other, and how they can have very wide spectrum effects on your body. Low serotonin levels are also associated with decreased immune system as well. So that's why the amino acids are also playing very diverse roles in your body, and we cannot really claim कि proteins के जो functions हैं वो बहुत limited से हो सकते हैं, या हम उनको किसी एक क्लास में कवर कर सकते हैं. They are really very diverse, and if you keep on studying only one type of function of the proteins, you can be mesmerized at how deeply and how specifically it is working in your body. So after that, we had to discuss the protein metabolism, because what I want you all to um, get a revision of the metabolism of the proteins at your own, because I think you will be covering that in the biochemistry as well. But I just wanted to give you an overview that the transamination and deamination are the two processes which are basically happening in the body, and they are known for the kind of processes which are known for the protein metabolism. Transfer of amino group from one amino acid to the other keto acid will be known as aminotransferase. By the aminotransferase enzyme will be known as transamination. What that actually means is that you have carbon skeletons in your metabolic processes which are being generated, and if you are attaching an amino group to it and the new amino acid is being formed, that will be known as transamination. And the deamination is the process by which you are relieving or the removing of the amino group to form an ammonia by a deaminase, and the resultant carbon skeleton can be utilized for some purposes. Can anybody of you tell me that what are the uses of that carbon skeleton जिसके साथ से amino group detach हो जाए? आपको सवाल की समझ नहीं आई?
मैम आई है,
कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड बन जाती है.
कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड बन जाती है डायरेक्टली? अमाइनो एसिड का स्ट्रक्चर है ना, कार्बन स्केलेटन है उसका पूरा, ठीक है, उसमें से हमने सिर्फ अमाइनो ग्रुप जो है वो डिटैच किया है. तो जो बाकी कार्बन स्केलेटन है
जो स्ट्रक्चरल रोल प्ले करता हो,
क्या करता है वो?
स्ट्रक्चरल रोल में भी प्ले करता हो कोई.
मे बी का लफ्ज मैंने आपको कहा है कि वी कैन नॉट यूज. So we have to be specific. It's okay. No, it's not actually not a matter of saying sorry. It means that we need to think that we should be sure about what we are saying. ठीक है? तो अगर हम ये कह रहे हैं कि कार्बन स्केलेटन हमारे पास मौजूद है, उसके ऊपर से हमने अमाइनो ग्रुप डिटैच कर दिया है, तो उस कार्बन स्केलेटन के क्या यूजेस हो सकते हैं? और ये बहुत सिंपल सा उसका आंसर है.
मैम एनर्जी के लिए भी यूज हो सकती है.
Yes, that's what I was expecting कि आप आंसर ये करेंगे. एनर्जी के लिए यूज हो सकता है. और
मैम डिफरेंट कंपाउंड बनाने के लिए यूज हो सकता है.
कौन से कंपाउंड?
मैम कार्बोक्सिलेशन, डी कार्बोक्सिलेशन, ऐसे हाइड्रोजनेशन, डीहाइड्रोजनेशन करके हम डिफरेंट टाइप के कंपाउंड जनरेट करवा सकते हैं, क्योंकि हमने कार्बन स्केलेटन अवेल करना है ना, तो हम डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ कंपाउंड बना सकते हैं.
Yes.
Different mechanism को use करते हुए.
Mostly what is happening is that you can see on the next slide ये तो transamination का process ही show किया हुआ है कि we have alanine and the other side we have pyruvate, and if we transfer the amino group from the alanine to the pyruvate, we will get glutamate. So, and in the case of glutamate, here we have another process which is showing the example of deamination. यहाँ पर हमारे पास एक तरफ glutamate है, but when we are removing the ammonia group, we are getting only the alpha ketoglutarate. That is a keto acid, and the amino group is detached, and this amino group will be used for making the will enter into the urea cycle either. ठीक है, तो ये जो अल्फा कीटो ग्लूटारेट है, अब ये कीटो एसिड है, ठीक है, और ये जो कार्बन स्केलेटन है, इसको हम फर्दर किस चीज में यूज कर सकते हैं? अल्फा कीटो ग्लूटारेट को।
Krebs cycle.
यस, it is the intermediate of the Krebs cycle, and the amino acids, and we are detaching the amino groups, the carbon skeletons which are getting out of that. Those are mainly the products which are written over here. These are pyruvate, acetyl coenzyme A, alpha ketoglutarate, succinyl coenzyme A, fumarate, oxaloacetate, and acetoacetate. These are all the products of the intermediates of the citric acid cycle, and we can utilize them for the purpose of the energy. So it's very easy. That's why it is happening whenever you have an altered metabolism. The body very quickly switches from glucose to the amino acids, because it's so easy to get these products and keep continuing your citric acid cycle. That's why I was telling you when we were discussing citric acid cycle, when we were discussing the metabolism of the carbohydrates, that citric acid cycle is the backbone of the metabolism, and it can be utilized for all three macronutrients. So the products of the carbohydrate metabolism, amino acid metabolism, and fats metabolism, all of them come into the citric acid cycle. So this is the major cycle which is producing the energy, and every cell has that capacity to break down further the products of the citric acid cycle. That's why any of the nutrient, or the body when it is switching from the amino acids to fats, or from carbohydrates to amino acid, it is so easy to bring those products into the citric acid cycle and continue producing the energy. But the amount of energy is very different, and that's why we have to think about that, how our body should utilize these nutrients for the purpose of the energy. However, as I already said, that we do not want the proteins to be utilized for the energy, because proteins have really a wide spectrum of functions in human body. So we want to spare amino acids for those purposes, and we do not want them to be metabolized for the energy. However, it can happen in many different conditions, that body can switch from carbohydrates to the protein metabolism. So when we have these kind of products coming out of the carbon skeletons, then we have to talk about some of the amino acids which can be further utilized for the gluconeogenesis. Do you know that amino acids can also be utilized for the gluconeogenesis?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Glucogenic amino acids.
Okay. And the ones which are not glucogenic, वो कौन से होते हैं?
लिपिड्स ना हम ह्यूमन में नहीं होते हैं, लाइक तो लिपिड्स जो होते हैं वैसे बाकी एनिमल्स में हो सकते हैं.
क्या मतलब? I didn't understand. आपने क्या कहा अभी?
हम जो मतलब हम अमाइनो एसिड्स को भी यूज कर सकते हैं ग्लूकोनियोजेनेसिस में, और ग्लूकोज मतलब जो उसका एंड प्रोडक्ट होता है, लेकिन हम लिपिड्स ह्यूमन में यूज नहीं कर सकते जो फैटी एसिड्स होते हैं.
No, we are just talking about amino acids right now. I asked that some of the amino acids can be used to produce glucose, and they are involved in gluconeogenesis. But the amino acids which are not glucogenic, वो कौन से होते हैं?
And ketogenic amino acids.
Yes. Amino acids whose carbon skeletons form pyruvate or intermediate of tricyclic carboxylic acid are known as glucogenic. These amino acids are skeletons become acetyl coenzyme A or acetoacetate are deemed as ketogenic amino acids. So we have the two different types of amino acids जिनके जो carbon skeletons हैं जब उनके साथ से अमाइनो ग्रुप डिटैच कर लेते हैं हम, तो वो जो कार्बन स्केलेटन है वो या तो ग्लूकोजेनिक अमाइनो एसिड्स कहलाता है, बिकॉज दैट कार्बन स्केलेटन कैन बी यूटिलाइज्ड फॉर द प्रोडक्शन ऑफ ग्लूकोज. But there are some amino acids which cannot be utilized for the production of glucose. They can only be utilized for the energy purpose. ठीक है, तो उनको हम कीटोजेनिक अमाइनो एसिड्स कहते हैं. लेकिन अगर ये कीटोजेनिक अमाइनो एसिड्स एनर्जी के लिए यूज ना हो तो फिर क्या होगा?
मैम accumulation of ketone bodies.
Yes, they will. For example, अगर आपकी बॉडी के अंदर ज्यादा ब्रेकडाउन स्टार्ट हो जाता है तो कीटोन बॉडीज जो हैं वो जिस्म में एक्सेसिव अमाउंट में प्रोड्यूस हो जाती हैं, एंड देन दे कैन चेंज द पीएच ऑफ द ब्लड एंड देन दीज थिंग्स कैन वर्सन द होल प्रोसेस. बट वी आर नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट दैट. हम यहाँ पर जो है इस बात को इतना ही रोक रहे हैं बिकॉज फ्रॉम हियर ऑनवर्ड्स आई वांट यू ऑल टू रिवाइज द टॉपिक्स रिलेटेड टू द protein metabolism about urea cycle, like what is the urea cycle and where it is happening in the cell, and how body is getting rid of that ammonia which is when we are doing the deamination process. क्योंकि जब हम deamination कर लेते हैं तो जो products हमारे पास आती हैं वो highly toxic हो सकती हैं ammonia, and that we do not want it to build it up in the blood. तो उसके लिए आपके पास एक specific specialized system है जिसके जरिए से आप उसको डिटॉक्सिफाई करते हैं अमोनिया को. ठीक है, तो मुझे ये आप लोगों से असाइनमेंट के तौर पर लेना है दैट हाउ योर बॉडी डिटॉक्सिफाइज द प्रोसेस ऑफ डीएमिनेशन. जिसमें आपके पास जो प्रोडक्ट आती है दैट इज नोन एज अमोनिया, एंड हाउ योर बॉडी गेट रिड्स ऑफ दैट अमोनिया. ठीक, करेंगे अमाइनो एसिड की मेटाबॉलिज्म से जब पैदा होती हैं तो हाउ वी कैन फर्दर मेटाबलाइज देम in the citric acid cycle which we have already covered. जो citric acid cycle है वो हमने already cover किया हुआ है और आपको पता है कि अल्फा कीटोग्लूटारेट और सक्सिनाइल कोएंजाइम A और फ्यूमरेट और ऑक्सैलोएसीटेट ये किस तरह से रोल प्ले करते हैं. But still we would like to have another presentation where we can connect the amino acids with the citric acid cycle. ठीक है, लेकिन उससे पहले वाली जो असाइनमेंट है वो ये है कि यूरिया साइकिल जो है उसके ऊपर आप लोगों ने एक असाइनमेंट प्रिपेयर करनी है. एंड असाइनमेंट प्रिपेयर करने का मतलब ये होगा कि वी विल बी हैविंग मे बी अ प्रेजेंटेशन फ्रॉम यू पीपल, बिकॉज अभी जैसे आप हम ऑनलाइन क्लासेस में हैं तो वी कैन हैव दिस अपॉर्चुनिटी कि आप में से कुछ लोग जो हैं वो प्रेजेंट करें इसको. Is it possible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
मैम असाइनमेंट की डेडलाइन भी बता दें.
जी वो हम डिस्कस कर लेते हैं. लेट मी स्टॉप द रिकॉर्डिंग बिकॉज देन वी कैन हैव अ डिस्कशन ऑन द टाइमलाइन लाइक मे बी ऑन मंडे, एंड मीनवाइल आई विल कंटिन्यू विद द नेक्स्ट लेक्चर्स. और मंडे तक फिर आप लोग प्रेजेंटेशन जो है वो अपनी प्रिपेयर करके मुझे टाइम बता दें कि जिस क्लास में आप लोग प्रेजेंट कर सकते हो.